Oh, d- don't scare me like that. I thought I was in trouble or something. I tend to stay here a lot, so I usually get noticed when the library closes. Sorry, I get carried away. I always want to let people know the meaning behind anything I do or say. It's kind of a dumb habit of mine, but that doesn't matter. What is that I could help you with? Huh? Y- you want a recommendation? Well, it really depends what your tastes are. Well, for instance, I'm more into manga than anything. So, if you're looking for something entirely different than my own tastes, I'm afraid I can't really help you. It doesn't mean that I don't want to. Oh, you are? Well, that's good. At least we can start somewhere. We have plenty of volumes for any taste, really. From shonen to shoujo, there's something for anyone, really. For instance, girls really like this one. It's about a butler and his young master. The butler owns incredible power, and it is used to protect the one he swore to. I don't really know a lot about it. I just know that girls really like that one. Or, if you're more like me, I feel like you'd enjoy this one right here. It's about a young man who is magically transported into a new world. He faces great enemies in that world, though he does not really own any kind of powerful abilities like the other one. He has the power to go back to a safe point when he dies. It's quite interesting. It's probably my favorite. I would tell you more, but I don't want to spoil anything. I, I think what's fun about them is to discover it by yourself. Sorry, I kinda spaced out. I wasn't staring at you for any kind of weird reason. I swear. I just spaced out. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Well, you have a whole lot of variety to help yourself with. I'll stay right here and, read my volume. If you ever need more help, don't hesitate. Okay? I mean, I'm here. I'm always here anyway, so. You want to stay with me? I understand. I understand that you're new and that it must be difficult to really make friends with anyone at first. I don't mind really. If you really want to, you can come sit next to me. Why don't you try reading this? I've always thought the premise was very interesting. Humanity on the brink of extinction because of a large human like creature that relentlessly pursue the last people left on Earth. The characters are very interesting. A boy that can change into the very thing he despises in order to protect the last people alive that he loves, and the woman that is the last person left of a race. It's somewhat a tragic story. I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to live in such a cruel world. Yet, somehow, there's so much beauty to it as well. In the story and the art. It's so complex and intriguing. I can never seem to put it down. I've never met anyone who doesn't like it, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it too. If you don't mind, maybe we could re- read it together. Of course, I understand. If you want to, we'd have to sit really close together, our shoulders touching even. And I would hate to invade your personal space. You don't mind? Well, if you say so, then I'll try not to get too close. Eh? You don't mind if I get too close? Just thinking about it makes me feel like my face is turning red. Well, if you don't mind, then I'll come just a little bit closer. You know, I've always found it so easy to get caught up in stories like these, almost like I'm living among with the characters. Their lives are so eventful and exciting. The protagonists of stories like these are so brave as well. I'd love to be brave like them, even if I only had a fraction of their bravery. I would be okay with that. Anything would be better than being the scaredy cat that I am now. It's nothing. I was just mumbling to myself. What's that? You would like to be brave too? Well, I think with enough courage, perhaps anyone can be brave in their own way. Maybe, just maybe, anyone could be the brave protagonist of their own story. Do you think that's too big of a dream to believe in? You don't? You're such an optimistic person. I've always thought optimistic people shine the brightest. They seem to always have such a beautiful personality. I have no doubt you have one too. Oh, what am I saying? I got so caught up in the moment it just came out of my mouth. You must think I'm weird for saying that to someone I just met. It's not weird. You're quite a kind person. It's rare to see someone who isn't repulsed by a compliment from someone like me. Why do you look so upset? You're mad at me because of what I said. I'm sorry. Sometimes I can be quite a pessimistic type. That's why I admire optimistic people such as yourself so much. It can be hard to try to look at the good side of things when everything seems to be falling apart. But maybe I should try to look at the brighter side of things like you do. I can't become a brave person if I don't try to change myself for the better. If you don't mind, I'd like to borrow some of your optimism and bravery just for today. Even for a little while would be okay. Because there is something really important I'd like to tell you. Would it be okay if you could listen for a second? The truth is, this being brave aspect is much harder than I imagined. The truth is that about you, I really like you. You didn't hear what I said? I guess that's okay if I say it once more. Please listen well. I really like you. I know, though, we haven't known each other for very long, but I've always admired you and thought you really stood out from among the others. All of them, that is. I've never met anyone as kind and patient as you. I've always thought you had such a beautiful personality. You like me too? You're not playing with me, are you? You really do. I can't believe it. For someone so wonderful as yourself to like me. I never thought I could even be this lucky in my entire life. For once, I'm glad I tried to be brave. As scary as it is to be so, I don't think I ever could have mustered up the courage if I hadn't tried to borrow up some of your bravery. So, thank you. I promise I will take good care of you. Maybe by being with you I can become brave as well. If you'd like, you can rest your head on my shoulder while we read. I feel like that would be a cozy way to relax and enjoy the story. Come here. Let's finish reading together. My shoulder is here for as long as you need it.